My first time riding a snowmobile from sea-doo to ski-doo. Let's get it. No, lean your down! I'm leaning! Lean, no! The other way! Uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm so glad it's not just me, because I am like... What's up guys, welcome back to another episode. This week, I tried something brand new and I checked something off my bucket list. You all know that I ride Sea-Doos, but I have never ever ridden a Ski-Doo before. So when Ryan from Extreme Arizona hit me up and asked if I'd be down to go to Colorado to ride them for his birthday trip, I was straight on Expedia booking my flights. Some of you guys were asking how Diesel is and where he is and stuff in my last episode. Ta-da! Here he is. Good boy, huh? This is actually the second time that I've flown from Vegas to Denver in the past few months. The time before was to go and pick up my new car. And I have to say, it is one of the most beautiful flights for staring out the window. You take off and fly over the Hoover Dam, Lake Mead, the Grand Canyon, the Colorado River, and then all of a sudden there's these amazing snowy mountains. So if you ever do that trip, I highly recommend getting a window seat. There it is. Yeah, this is coming down. Yeah. Just dads on tour.
Should have got a minivan.
Once we landed, I met with the boys and we loaded up our rental car and then proceeded to skid it straight into a curb. And luckily Ryan got the full coverage insurance because literally 30 minutes later, the whole windshield cracked from the cold air outside and us having the heaters on full blast to keep it from freezing over. So the trip was off to a pretty solid start. We finally made it up the mountain, and then after checking into our Airbnb, we grabbed some dinner and a couple of beers at a cool place nearby and actually got to play some arcade games. Then we called it a night in preparation for our big snow day ahead. Good morning, guys. It's 7:20 a.m. and the temperature is currently 16 degrees Fahrenheit. It is beautiful. Not a breath of wind. The views are absolutely stunning. Look at these mountains behind us. And we're getting ready to go and do a little bit of snowmobiling, which I've never done before. So this is officially going to be Sea-Doo rider go snowmobiling for the first time. Because as you know, I have tons of experience riding a Sea-Doo, zero experience riding a snowmobile. And I've heard that they're very different. And I've also heard that snowmobiling can get very, very tricky. Basically, everyone that I've spoken to that's asked me if I've been before has just said, don't get stuck. Because we're currently at 8,700 feet elevation, and I don't want to be digging that huge machine out of a snowdrift.
1, 2, 3. Go.
Fingers crossed, wish me luck. Me and the guys are going to go get breakfast and then head over there and check out what we're going to be riding today. So do you boys have any expectations for the trip? Because you've never ridden a snow machine before. You've ridden them as a kid.
Yeah.
So expectations?
I expect us to get stuck and have to dig out. And I expect it to be cold, but I expect it to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I just expect today to be awesome. I'm going to be awesome. Of course. I'll help you guys out, whatever you need.
So you're going to be recovery queue, you're going to be, all right. That's my goal for today, is just try not to get stuck.
Yeah. Don't get stuck, don't hit a tree. Don't go off a cliff.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Follow somebody else's tracks.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I'm fine being at the back of the group.
I don't care.
Like, that works for me.
Woohoo! Looks good.
A little bit of food for the soul. I'm not even going to comment on that. That's why we're the size we are.
Yeah, that's right.
And Q is
Plus size.
just a leaf in the breeze. There we go, full bellies. Next stop, riding snowmobiles. So the place we're going to is another Uncharted Society location. So you guys know that Ryan owns Extreme Arizona. That's where I went and did my Can-Am camping trip. And so basically you just show up to these places. You don't need any of the gear. You just show up. They have all the equipment. They have all the routes planned out, and you just go and do it. So if you want to drive a Can-Am, rent a Sea-Doo, do the snowmobiling thing, you just call them up, book your trip, and show up. The guy that we're going to see, who's also Ryan or Brian? Ryan, another Ryan. And then we've got Brian from Jet Ski to Catalina, so it's Ryan, and Brian. They're all Uncharted guys. So if you go onto unchartedsociety.com, check out the website, you'll see them all listed. You can look in your location. They're all across the US. So it doesn't matter where you are, you're sure to find someone. I recommend, if you want to ride a Can-Am, fly to Arizona and go and do it this time.
Yeah, that's right. Come to Arizona.
He paid me to say that.
Yeah. Feeling it. It's going to be awesome.
We just got a little pep talk there from Ryan telling us what we should and shouldn't do. I'm concerned about the things we shouldn't do.
I'm always concerned about things you shouldn't do.
Right.
That's what you should be concerned about. You should always listen to that part of the briefing.
The thing that was the most concerning was when he said about finding moose up there.
I mean, I don't want to get kicked in the face by a moose.
Yeah, right? High energy, no wildlife. That'll be great. So I actually got all of this Ski-Doo snowmobile gear when I rode Lake Powell a couple of years ago. We did the winter solstice ride and it was like 26 degrees, 27 degrees. And we went out, we camped overnight. If you haven't seen that episode, go back and check it out. That was a lot of fun. In fact, that was with another Uncharted outfitter. I did it on my own ski, but that was with Bob at Up Lake Adventures. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do without needing to have your own machine. But anyway, Ski-Doo sent me this stuff so that I wouldn't freeze to death out on the Sea-Doo. What do they say? All the gear, no idea? After signing the waivers and getting on our snow gear, other Ryan from Grand Adventures took us up to where they keep the snowmobiles. God, this is beautiful out here. So we just took a very short ride from the office, and thanks bud. And now we're up, I think this is where we're going to take off from. On a 1 to 10, how much do you think we're going to be aching in the morning?
5 at least.
5?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too terrible.
I think we're going to be looking for massages. We get the beginner skis. We don't get let loose on the 850 turbos. So I'm going to have Ryan give us a little walkthrough of what we're going to be riding today. But the first thing I noticed difference between Ski-Doo and the Sea-Doos that I'm used to riding is these are obviously 2-strokes. That's one of the main differences. And then if you've never seen a snowmobile before, this is honestly the first time I've actually been up close to one. Pretty wild looking machines. You've got big old skis in the front suspension, and then a huge paddle. I didn't realize how far forward you sit versus how far back the track goes.
We're at 9,000 feet right now, we're going up to 12. You guys keep from sea level. You are gonna feel that burn and that iron in your lungs. You're gonna be tasting, okay? There's no reason to push hard, okay? You take rest, Yes. Brake. Important thing with brakes, guys, hydraulic. What that means, let's see how we do. I don't know if we're gonna go down anything really steep today, but if we do, you grab that brake, grab hold, release, grab hold, release, just like you pump the brakes on the car. See your hand warmers right here? Up, down, keeps your grips.
Oh, nice.
Okay. When you're riding, guys, right, like finding that edge on powder turns like this. Okay, the only way you're doing that, you're dancing with it. You're using your weight, getting that feel. It's gonna take a while. But riding up the trail, you have to start to feel the Ferrari. Okay. Doesn't have the turbos. Maybe it's a Porsche, right? But it's it has more than enough. It's not the Toyota Corolla.
You're fast.
So be very cognizant of that. You'll start to get a feel for it. Stop, turn it off, problem. I won't hear you. So, you know, grab my attention. I'm good to go.
Nothing to it but to do it. Who's gonna fall off first? Look at this. This is like 18 feet long.
This is the fat boy model right here.
This is the XL.
XXL, double X.
This is
Mine's
the
the
Cadillac.
165 too. So you go 154, 165, 175.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'll take yellow. Easier to see me when I get it stuck. Let's do it. We did our safety briefing and learned the basics of riding these machines, which sounded pretty simple, but it wasn't long before I realized that that wasn't quite the case. God, these grips are crazy. Look at them. (9,600 feet). All right, guys. Well, this is officially my first time riding a snowmobile from sea-doo to ski-doo. Let's get it. I don't think I've ever operated a machine where I felt so disconnected in terms of what I wanted it to do versus what it actually does. Like the moment that we left the staging area, I almost crashed into a bush because I was turning right, but the sled just went more straight. So coming from sea-doos and motorcycles where pretty much when you turn the bars, the machine goes the way that you've pointed it, I was definitely surprised with maneuvering this thing and how it was much more of a suggestion than a command. But then again, it's a slippery ski sliding over the top of powdered snow being pushed by a rubber tank track, so I'm not really sure what I was expecting. This is the weirdest feeling ever. Yeah, it's crazy how alien this feels compared to anything else. Like, it feels like it doesn't even want to turn. As we made our way up the trail, I couldn't get used to the vague feeling from the front end, and every corner just made me tense up, like hoping the machine was going to turn the way I wanted it to. And then on top of that, when I started playing around with leaning into the corners like I would on a motorcycle, for example, it just seemed to make it worse. And I'm not going to lie, at this point I was definitely questioning my decisions and wishing all the snow would just instantly melt so that we could go ride sea-doos instead. Like, I don't know which way to put my weight to get it to like grip, or if it's just a feeling I've got to get used to of it kind of sliding that front end out. It feels like every corner, that front ski just wants to slide away. Kind of understeer is the best way to describe it, which I guess makes sense. Eventually we turned off the hard-packed trail and found this bit of single track which definitely looked intimidating, but what I actually found was that the deeper snow really helped with the feeling of vagueness that I'd been experiencing, and for the first time I actually felt like I was controlling the machine rather than just being a passenger. And so I started to play around with leaning my weight and actually seeing the sled start to respond better. I wouldn't say I was enjoying it yet, but I was definitely feeling a little less special just trying to ride the thing. This actually feels a bit nicer in here. Definitely less sketchy feeling, I think because the ski can sink more. It does feel nicer.
You guys want a challenge yet or no? No.
Not yet.
Alright, why don't you watch me do it? Feel like you want to do it. If not, just follow the trail here. I'll meet you right at the top of that bridge basically. Don't sit down. Don't just stand there like this. The machine is going to start to go to the downhill side. You have to counteract it with your weight on the other side. And you got to stay on the gas. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, don't go up there.
Yeah.
Having just survived the golf crash, I think I'm good just going up the trail. He's thinking about it. No, he's not doing it. Loading up the right on the gas. This is our first stop, and it is mighty beautiful. Look at this sketchy ass bridge right here. Man, that is gorgeous. So how are you guys feeling?
Pretty good.
What are your first thoughts on riding one of these?
Sketchy.
Yeah. I'm so glad it's not just me, because I am like, which way do I turn? Which way? Oh, everyone's going so fast.
Definitely gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like the first time you ride a dirt bike and the back wheel skipping out.
You gotta learn it.
You feel like it's just want to slide out all the time, and then you eventually just get to trust it.
You gotta find that edge that you kind of want to stay away from.
Yeah.
When you did that turn, the back end kind of swapped a little, and I was like, am I ready to handle that if that happens? Because I'm still, even on the flat corners, sometimes I'm accidentally leaning the wrong side.
So it is the total opposite of riding a sports bike, riding a Sea-Doo, like.
Yes, but what I would tell you is like riding those machines, when you get good and comfortable on it, it kind of feels like an extension of what your body's doing.
Yeah.
You will get to feel that way on these powder machines.
After how many years?
That's how much you ride.
Yeah.
We'll find a powder field up here somewhere, and when we get up there, consequences are extremely low, and that's where you can start to really kind of feel that chassis and try to start feeling that edge. And if you fall over, if you roll the machine, there's literally zero consequence.
That's what we like to hear, zero consequence. It definitely didn't help that as I'm feeling all insecure and self-conscious about riding like a pansy, Ryan's up there shredding the pow, I think that's how they say it, making it look as easy as anything. And what I was coming to realize is that speed and power are definitely your friend out there. Kind of like when you're in a no-wake zone on the Sea-Doo. It's really unresponsive and hard to turn, but as soon as you get on the gas and the thing gets on plane, it's super agile. So that's the same as these Ski-Doos, or at least that's what it looked like, but I just didn't have the skill to get out of the no-wake mode. I'm not gonna lie, I think riding snowmobiles might just be the most soul-destroying activity I have ever done, because they lure you into a false sense of confidence. 1 minute, you're starting to feel like you're getting it and somehow kind of leaning correctly and you've got the weight balance right, and then all of a sudden you hit a weird slope and the sled just wants to tip over. It's just such a roller coaster of emotions, and as somebody who prides themselves on being a pretty confident rider on most types of machine, my ego was getting battered out there. At one point we found ourselves in this huge powder field, and it was awesome to see Ryan absolutely ripping on his turbocharged machine. When you see what's possible with these things in the hands of a confident rider, it is really impressive. They just like float over the snow, which was super deep, as Arizona Ryan found out when he buried his ski so far down, I genuinely thought we were gonna have to wait for the snow to melt before we could get it out. That is insane. So that back there is the Continental Divide, and right here we are sitting at about 11,800 feet. Absolutely insane view. Oh, and the snow's really deep. So apparently now we've got to drop off this bit and into this fresh powder. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so... Kino's whisking it! I saw that! Look at him looking around like, oh shit, did anyone see? Leaning. Oh, this is sketchy. Oh, this is sketchy. Oh. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna go this way. Oh. Oh. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I would just like to personally apologise to all snowmobilers out there for my riding. Like I said, I am greener than green. I have never ever ridden one of these things before. So this is all very, very new. Dude, how much better are Sea-Doos? And I also feel as though I have zero control with this thumb throttle because I can't get a good grip on the bar. At least with a trigger, you can hold the bar and you can use the trigger and you don't have to let go. With this, I can't hold the bar because I'm trying to modulate this. So then you get whiskey throttle. Whoa. Okay, yeah, this is good. We just use the brake, use our weight. Whew. So here's one of the tours. So if you come and do this, you can do a guided tour. So you'll come and sit with one of the guides and get a good view of the area, or you can do unguided as well. So whichever one suits your preference. If you're brand new to it, I would seriously suggest do guided. Because if you came out unguided and you tipped over or whatever, it's going to be a miserable day. No, lean your down! I'm leaning! Lean, no! The other way! Jesus Christ! Left! 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 Ah, you oh, look how deep it is! It's like up to my thighs. So there was this one point where I'd had to lean my entire body off to the right-hand side of the sled to get out of this deep section. And what I didn't realize is that my GoPro had actually slipped out of my pocket and fallen in the snow. And it had the entire episode on it up to that point. So you can imagine how I felt when I realized that. Tell me my GoPro hasn't fallen out. Oh, Jesus Christ, it has. You are kidding me. Got it? Tell me that's it. I can see something black right now. Please be my GoPro. I think it's my GoPro. Oh, it's my GoPro! Ooh, that would have sucked. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Dropped my GoPro. Holy shit, I didn't know I was gonna find it. I got up there and I was like,
that's lucky.
Oh shit.
Well, you're lucky it's firm because it got wind blowing last night, so.
Yeah, whew. All right, good. The episode is still alive. Holy shit, all right. Ah, no, we're going back downhill. Oh yeah, we're definitely going back downhill. Sorry. But that's the thing, is once you do get your weight on the right side, look at that, it's definitely turning the way that I'm asking it to. It's just terrifying. Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? Like when you get it right and you go, oh, okay, so I see, it's not the machines. It's numbnuts over here.
You gotta dance with her, Adam. You gotta earn it.
I can't dance quick enough. Hey, but I didn't roll.
There's nothing, you can roll, it doesn't matter.
I don't want to roll. I'm too tired just trying to get from one side to the other.
Most of the time I have all of my weight and I'm driving with one leg or the other. When you get to the point where you're not hanging off the side all the time, It's because you're learning to drive down basically with your femur. You got all your weight in it and the machine responds.
Yeah. This bit. Oh, this bit. Nope, nope. You.
Well done.
Oh.
Well done.
I used the handle. It all started to make sense why everybody that I'd spoken to that had tried snowmobiling before told me not to get stuck, because a few miles further up the trail, we found ourselves digging out again. And let me tell you, at 11,000 feet, it is no joke. We were absolutely ruined by the time we managed to get Ryan on his way. And so then when Q tipped his over in almost the same spot, we're about ready to call the helivac to get us the hell out of there.
So you got to stomp all that down because you're gonna that flap down. See, that's your grab bar there. One, two, three.
Okay. This was fun until this point. I was like, oh, cool, I got this. You know?
I live here. This will melt eventually, right?
Yeah, like June or July.
Perfect. I will have just caught my breath by then. You got this.
That's the idea.
Think about how good that beer is going to taste.
Tonight, yeah.
When we go tonight,
This afternoon.
I'm thinking we skipped the last meadow.
Yeah.
Thankfully, other Ryan came to the rescue again, and after pulling this sweet wall ride to get past us, we were back on our way again.
Go, stay on it.
Yeah, buddy. Yoo-hoo! That's how it's done.
Starting out, stand on your left.
You gotta hit it. Up until that point, I was the only one who hadn't got stuck, and I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely feeling pretty smug about it. Too much! So close. Little flippy do. So close. I just didn't lean back over to the left. Oh, so close. Come on, you got this. You got this, Swordsy. Give her a little flip over. One, two, three. So after eating some frozen humble pie, it was time to start making our way back to the car. And for the first time in the day, I was actually starting to feel like maybe I was getting the hang of it. That front end vagueness had worn off, and I was way more comfortable getting up to speed. The single tracks were actually fun, and I was starting to relax on the controls, and dare I say it, I was actually enjoying myself.
Teamwork, guys.
I feel so close to you guys.
I know.
I would go into battle with any of you, but I will not snowmobile more than another 30 minutes with either of you.
I'm done snowmobiling.
So allegedly, unless we want to go up there, we have to go back through all the stuff that we've just come through. We got to a section where we could either take the trail back or drop into the fresh powder on the side of the hill and then cut through a pretty steep valley. And I wasn't sure if I had the balls to do it, but then when Q disappeared over the edge, I knew that I couldn't wimp out, so off I went too.
It was very downhilly. Ta-da!
So as we made our way back to the staging area, I got thinking about how that day hadn't just been about trying something new and checking off a bucket list item. It's funny how challenging yourself can be both exhilarating and humbling, and I definitely learned something about my own limits and reservations out there on the mountain. And I think it made me realize that my golf accident has definitely made me more risk averse than I ever was before. But pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is how you find growth. And that is exactly what makes these adventures worth taking. Facing fear head on and ultimately finding a new perspective when we look back.
Uh-oh. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whew.
Good excuse for me to get out of the office.
That last bit, I was like, what is he doing to us?
I think it might be hot tub time. Oh, this floor's cold. There we go. 102 degrees. And it's currently 23 degrees outside. I think it's colder than that. Oh my goodness. That feels so good. I tell you what, I did not expect the ski-doing, the snowmobiling to take it out of me as much as it did. But that was a lot of work. And I think the elevation really adds to it. We all got back and we're sitting there on the couch watching some Netflix comedy specials. And we're all just like, oh my God, we're so wiped. We're gonna go out and get drinks tonight. Not a chance. I think we're gonna order some dinner in and call it good because we're just all absolutely pooped. But oh, this is heaven. Riding those ski-doos was a real challenge, but in the days since I've got back from that trip, I've had this urge to get back out there and keep trying. And as hard as it was, and as much as it sucked at times, those glimpses of hope, where I felt like I was getting it, they far outweigh the hopelessness you feel when you are balls deep in snow trying to dig out a 500-pound sled. I have a huge amount of respect for those of you that can ride these machines well, and my hat comes off to you. If riding a Sea-Doo is a boxer-size class, riding a Ski-Doo is a jiu-jitsu match with Hoist Gracie. But fortunately for me, I love martial arts, and so I can definitely see myself giving it another shot if the opportunity presents itself. So let me know in the comments down below, have you ever ridden a snowmobile? And if so, what did you learn from doing it? And if you're a seasoned pro, tell me what I was doing wrong and how I can improve my riding. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next week for another epic adventure. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe because I'd love to see you here again. Be good people, make good choices, but most importantly, remember, until next time, don't do anything I wouldn't do. See ya.